Hey everybody, it's Lon Simon. We're unboxing something I've been excited to get. This is the Newtek Connect Spark, and I paid for this with my own funds. And what this is a network capture device, and it's designed primarily to work with my Tricaster, which is my production device that I use here on the channel. And what it does is it allows me to plug in an HDMI camera and be able to have that camera transmitting its video back to my production hardware over my network. So I can have remote cameras set up all over the house, or if you're on a college campus or a high school or something like that, you can have any network port be a remote satellite location for shooting, which I think is immensely useful. And we're going to be testing this out in a full review that I'll be doing on my main channel at lon.tv. Feels pretty solid here. It's all metal, as it should be. It's got a 12-volt input here, so if you are using a battery pack or something, you can get that to work. I've got a bunch of ports on here, which I'll explain more about in my full review that you can find in the main channel. But let's briefly go through what we've got here. So you've got a USB interface here. I think this is probably for configuring the device. I got to read the instructions. I'm just unboxing it here. You have your audio out and in. This loop is what you use to monitor what's going into the box. So on mine here, I got the HDMI version. They have an SDI one also. You plug your device into here. It'll capture up to 1080p at 60 frames per second. You can loop a monitor out here to see what you're shooting. Your gigabit Ethernet goes in there, but it also supports wireless networks. There are two antennas in the box, I believe. Here they are, that you connect up to these little ports there, so you can also use it over AC wireless. I think Ethernet is going to be the preferable way to use this, but you can imagine having this thing in a gym or something with a good Wi-Fi access point nearby. You can attach this to your camera and have wireless transmission back to your Tricaster. So that's pretty cool. Now, this works with additional things though, so it should work with Xsplit, and I think it's actually got a plug-in now for OBS, so we'll be exploring that. So you don't just need a fancy production facility to use this thing. You can actually use it with a lot of popular software that's out there. Power switches here. There's some USB ports here. I'm assuming these are probably for connecting external storage. I need to do a little bit more research on that. We'll have more on all of these ports again in the main review at lon.tv. And then right here is a micro SD card slot. And what you can do is put a card in here and record what's going through this. So you can send it out and then also get video recorded onto the card if you want to have a safe recording for later post-production. So what I'm going to be doing is getting this thing booted up. My experience with NDI so far is that it's been plug and play. So once you have a camera attached and the device on the network, NDI capable switchers like the Tricaster or software will just see it. There's really nothing to configure, and I'm assuming that's how it's going to work. So I'm going to start playing with this thing, and we'll have a full review up very shortly on my main channel at lon.tv.
This channel is brought to you by my Patreon supporters, including gold level supporters, the Black Eyed and Blues Music Hour podcast, Chris Allegretta, John Prawl, William Miller, and Charlie Walden. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/Patreon to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/S.